Hello, I wanted to make a video today about social media and health. Specifically, the relationship between social media and gratitude. Today I had a little experience where I successfully went without checking my Facebook until about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Which at that point I said, I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sit down and check it. And sure enough, I got sucked into the black hole of Facebook, and I quickly found myself getting jealous of this one person in particular, and I was seeing all the pictures of their lives and how they're living in the town that I wish I could be living in, and how they have a career that they're passionate about, making instruments and playing music with people they love. And I was so jealous of this person. I thought, why can't I be that person? Why can't I live that way? But this is the problem with Facebook, is it's entirely fake. People are only presenting the parts of themselves to the world and to the people following them that makes them look good, right? No one goes on Facebook and talks about all the crappy stuff in their life, and if they do, most people stop following them, right? Because people don't want to read that. People don't want to see that. Social media platforms like Facebook have been designed to be addictive. The same way cigarette companies have created cigarettes to be more addictive, the same way food companies have manufactured food to be addictive. Social media companies are manufacturing social media platforms to be addictive. I mean, just look at what Facebook does. Look at all the like systems and all this stuff. It's designed to trigger your dopamine responses. It's designed to manipulate your natural evolutionary social triggers to get you to spend as much time looking at Facebook as possible so that they can make as much money from ad revenue as possible. That's the truth. And more people from that industry are coming out and talking about this and saying, hey guys, I think this is really bad. I think there are some serious detrimental impacts to society occurring because of the way we're designing this software, because of the way we're designing these social platforms. And I don't want to get too far down into that rabbit hole, other than to say that if you're serious about your health, your whole health, mental, physical, and emotional, then it's critical that you figure out how to manage your relationship with social media in a healthy way. It's really challenging. It's really challenging. And this is a problem that we're all facing right now because it's sort of crept up on us. I mean, this wasn't a thing 10, 20 years ago, right? And now suddenly we're all dependent and addicted on this stuff and starting to see how it's negatively affecting our lives. And it's hard. We're not really sure what to do about it. But I think limiting your exposure is a really good place to start. Having a curfew for which you turn off your computer, having time in the morning of the day where you're not checking your Facebook. I took Facebook, Instagram off my phone because if I had it in my pocket everywhere I went, every time I was in the grocery store or even a stoplight. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a freaking stoplight and pulled out my phone to check Facebook because, man, I wanted that dopamine hit. I wanted to see who liked my stuff. So social media is definitely a challenge that we have to address with our health. Specifically, it is the opposite of gratitude, right? It creates this scenario where you're looking at other people's presentation of their lives, right? People are putting on a presentation of who they are that isn't really accurate. And they're putting it online, and then you go and you look at their pictures and you look at their feed and you think, oh man, this person's life is so much better than mine. It's so much better than mine. Why can't I be like that? The truth is, you don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't really know what that person's life is like. And it's probably not as good as you think it is, right? I mean, they have challenges, They have things that they're dealing with. They have health issues. They have relationship problems. Maybe they have financial issues. But that's not coming through on their avatar version of themselves. It doesn't include that, right? And I spoke in the video yesterday about the importance of acceptance, accepting your life, and that acceptance was the first step. And acceptance is followed by gratitude, and gratitude is followed by love. And love is ultimately what heals everything, right? gratitude is critical. There's so many things we can talk about how to cultivate gratitude in your life. But I really want to focus on this issue of social media platforms like Facebook and how they take away our gratitude. They suck away our gratitude. They suck away our life force energy. They make us jealous. They make us conflict oriented. They make us angry. You know, like, just go, if you don't believe me, go try it. Go sit on Facebook, you know, spend half an hour intentionally using Facebook, and see how you feel afterwards. Check in with yourself beforehand and check out with yourself afterwards. Are you more grateful? Are you more happy about your life? If you are, then that's great, you know. Maybe this video is not for you, but I think for most people, this is a really negative force in their lives. That's getting in the way of them experiencing the highest levels of appreciation and gratitude for the abundance that they have, right? In that scenario I was describing this morning, where I was looking at this guy's Facebook page and seeing his avatar, his representation of his life, which is always better than the real thing, always make-believe, and then my negative representations of my life, right? My brain, after years and years of depression, has been trained to look for the bad in my life. And I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to look for the good in my life. And I'll make some videos about how I'm doing that in the future. But for now, I just really want to emphasize that social media is getting in the way of that. Right? It's getting in the way of that. And so I'm going to continue to try to use social media less, and I'm going to continue to try to be conscious of what I'm putting out there on the internet, to try to be as real as possible, because I don't want to present a false version of myself to people. I don't want people to think that my life is any better or worse than it actually is. I'm a human being. I have challenges, I have blessings, and I have things to work on. But for me to get to where I want to be and to heal, it's all about creating a positive narrative and using that positive narrative to cultivate the energies of love and gratitude inside you. Okay? And for me, Facebook is very much getting in the way of that. And I wish I could just go without it. But the truth is, I'm addicted, and we are now in a situation where pretty much every social event I find out about through Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really committed to having three-dimensional interactions with other human beings. The more meaningful, the better. But in order to get out and meet people and to go to events in my local community, I have to know about those events. And Facebook is the primary way that people share those things. Social media in general is the primary way that people share those things. So it kind of seems like a necessary evil at this time, especially if you're trying to start any sort of online business or something like that. I mean, this is just so integrated into how we live today. And so it's just really critical that we find ways to work with it, to live with it in a healthy, constructive way. And I think that includes reducing time on these platforms, and I think that means we need to come to them with intention. Come to them with intention. You know, don't blindly log into Facebook and start just mindlessly scrolling through and clicking away, right? We've all done that, right? I know. Maybe you're doing that right now. Maybe that's how you found this video. In which case I encourage you to stop it right now, turn it off, and go outside. Because that's where the real world is. That's where life is happening. It's happening outside. Today I'm making this video underneath the porch because there's this beautiful rainstorm coming through. You hear that? That's the sound of peace. What is the sound of Facebook? It's the sound of chaos. It's the sound of conflict. It's the sound of feeling like you're not good enough. Turn it off and go outside. Alright, I hope this video helped you. Helped me to make it. I appreciate you. Thank you.